Good morning. I'm Astrid, and my student number is 46202626, and here. Today I'll be playing the role of a support worker at Karma Community Services, and my friend Elisa here will be playing the role of a Sudanese lady called
Mercy.
Thank you. Okay. Good morning, Mercy. Nice to meet you. Come in, come in. Nice to see you. Have a seat, please, please. Now, I'm wondering, have a seat. Would you like a glass of water? Because I'm a bit thirsty.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Wait a second. I've made one over here. Go, because we might have some talking. Now, we haven't met, but I'm taking over from Marcia, who you know. She was your support person.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Is there anything else you'd like before we get going? No.
Oh, no, no.
Toilets down there. Yeah, okay. You just let me know if there's anything you would like, okay? Understand how hard it must be for you to be here today.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you okay?
I am nervous.
Yeah, I understand. It's a bit of a surprise. I was briefed by Marcia. She's told me what's happened.
Yeah, I do not fully understand why, and I would like you to help me understand why I am here.
I would love to do that. That's I'm support person. I'd just like to explain to you though, just a couple of little things that we've got to tell you. Today when we talk, we will keep it private and confidential. And the only time that I need to by law report it if I'm really worried about someone's imminent safety. So if there's a risk to someone's life or something like that, then I'll report it in the interest of that person. I'm also like a mandatory reporter of child abuse. Okay, so it's like the hospital would have done in your case. I'm also that person. So if we see, and I'll explain, it's okay. I'll explain that later about that. So do you understand that I have that duty of care to keep everything private and confidential, but I also have a duty of care to ask someone else's if there's an imminent danger.
Yes, I understand.
All right. Thank you for that. And we'll do our best. We hope we won't need to hopefully disclose, report anything. Okay. Worst is over for you, hopefully. So yeah, how is your arm going?
Slightly painful, but it is okay.
Yeah, good. Excellent. I hope it's healing really well. You understand me well enough? Your English sounds good to me.
If you speak slowly, it helps me.
Yes, I understand. You've got good English, bit of an accent, probably not used to Australian accent either. Yeah, so makes it a lot easier for you settling in with your good English. So, and I will try and just ask me if you don't understand me, because us Australians we speak with a bit of slang. We're not really. Yeah, so sorry about that.
Australians do have slang.
Yes, well, you will get used to it, but I'll try not to be that person, okay? So let's get back to the child safety thing. I understand that, yeah, you're a little bit confused.
I don't understand why child safety is involved. My husband, he takes care of us. He takes care of me and the children. Yes, he gets angry sometimes, but I don't want him in trouble.
No.
He looks after us. He brings in the money, but not at the moment. But he is my man.
Yeah, I understand. You've got a very, you're out here, you've got your family and you want to keep them together.
Yes.
All you've got, your community from home is not there anymore. So I understand. And let's walk, I'm going to walk through with you today around Australia's, maybe some key differences between the two countries to start with. And then the laws, which are,
there are many differences.
There are. I was having a bit of a look because I knew we were meeting.
Mm.
So I thought I'm just going to have a look and see some key differences
Mm.
that might be affecting, you know, you're settling in out here in Australia. So, but one of the things I did notice while I was on there is how beautifully dressed and vibrant your culture is. And just the fact that, you know, you are such family people, you have extended families. It was just lovely seeing all that. And you have, yeah,
My children are beautiful.
yes, I bet they are, as you are, like their mother. So, and I know that, you know, despite all that, you've been through a lot.
Mm.
Okay, because with that, you've also got a country that's, you know, got some poverty, so food, jobs, money, and also a lot of conflict, whether it's, you know, war related or civil war. So, and there's been for a long time. So, you know, with the good, you've got the bad, and you're out here to get escape from that violence that you've been feeling. So I've just looked up here, and you tell me if I'm wrong, please, because this is just what I've researched. So law. So I've got down here that, you know, your disputes, so things like, you know, the problem, you know, that we're talking about right now, they might be a community decides for you, you know, as a community, what is best. So when someone does something wrong, the community get together and decide how to treat that. Okay. Whereas in Australia, we don't do that. We have laws, okay, and we've got lots of them. Traffic laws, we've got laws around children, we've got laws around discrimination, which is a really big thing, which I'll go into as well.
In Rwanda, the men and the women are not the same.
No,
They're not the same.
no. But here, everyone's the same. It doesn't matter. You've got the same rights, whether you're child, adult, male, female, gay, or bisexual, or whatever. If you're a person, we're all treated equally, which you're not used to. So yeah, so we got laws, and that brings me to the family structure. So you're hierarchical. Can you tell me something about that?
I think you mean the male role is the most important. The males in our family are the most important, and the women, the females, are not as important.
Yeah.
And we must do what my husband says.
I understand, and very different. We are not like that. What we call a camaraderie type behavior. So we look to our friends, and because we're all equal, remember, male, female, you know. So yeah, we don't do that. So that's another very fundamental difference that you'll be not understanding quite yet.
Parenting. I wish this was so.
Yeah. Well, it will be, but it's going to take for your husband and yourself time to adjust, you know. So, but you'll get there, and I think it will be beneficial. We don't, yeah, what you are, parenting style as well. We'll talk more about that, but yes, you're a little bit more, we're more permissive. You know, we try and negotiate with our kids, and you have strong boundaries and punishment for boundaries. We don't tend to do that. War and conflict, we don't have any war and conflict. Probably because we've got all these laws in place, you know, and we're a close check on it. Whereas, you know, you've come from some pretty, you know, a place of prolonged violence as well. And you've probably seen some things that I'm so grateful I don't have to see. And so I'm very sorry about that, that you've had to see that. And I think, you know, in the long run, being here and not having to for your kids to grow up like that as well will be a big benefit in the future. Okay, so other than the laws feeling really overwhelming for you at the moment, okay, so and probably need to explain some of those laws to you quickly. Okay, so the Department of Child Safety have been brought in. Yeah, I know you don't understand.
No, I take care of my children.
Yes,
I am their mother.
I'm sure you're a beautiful mother.
I love them.
Yeah.
I don't want them to be taken from me.
No.
because I am their mama.
Yeah, well, that's what we're going to do, stop. So child safety, they're not wanting to punish you or your husband.
They not take my children?
No, but you will have to, and your husband will have to make sure the kids aren't abused, but that's part of it. And I'll just tell you the law behind that. I've got it here so I can tell it to you as it is. Not my just explanation. So we've got the Domestic and Family Violence Protection Act, okay? So that's violence against another person, okay? So or harm or violence, okay? Now that violence and harm can actually be really nasty words as well. It doesn't have to cause injury, bruises. It can be pushing. So everyone's got to be treated equally, and we're not allowed to touch or be nasty to, really, really nasty to each other. So I'll read it here. It defines domestic violence as a pattern of behaviour used to control an intimate partner. Abuse can be physical, emotional, economic, psychological, including intimidation and coercion. So it's pretty wide, and that's our rules. And that will be hard for you to understand now. And that's why I think training will be really good for everybody. Child Protection Act mandates the protection of children from harm, ensuring intervention when abuse or neglect is suspected. So that's what the hospital have done. They've put in a report, and child safety are going to investigate.
So what will happen now? What will this child safety do? Will they take my children away? Because I don't want to go back. I want to stay in Australia. I don't want to be in the refugee camp. No, I want to be here.
Oh, definitely. And you won't be sent home, and your children won't be taken from you. However, and I'm not investigating, it'll be child safety. And so they'll have a little bit of a process, but they will aim to keep the family together. And so what they're doing is they're going to work with you and your husband and the kids to keep you all together.
Yes.
Okay. So
yes.
and that doesn't have to be hard, I don't believe. So, but they are going to assess the risk. This is what they're going to do, right? They're going to interview you, your children, and your husband.
Yes.
Okay. Then they're going to determine if it was abuse or neglect, which we know it's not neglect because you love your kids, you're feeding them, they're clothed beautifully.
Yes.
Yeah, so we know that. It's just what we call abuse is he's broken your arm and the kids are showing signs of abuse, which probably gets smacked or, so they need to work with your husband to stop that. And they'll do safety plans and they'll work with your family to connect him with services and support. So they'll help him change his knowledge and attitude towards that, which is hard. It's cultural. He's brought up with it, and you've been practicing that for a lot of years. It's probably the biggest change you'll find here. And they'll make referrals, to legal or support services when appropriate. So I think at this stage, if you could just understand, they will be aiming to keep you together.
Yes.
And aiming you to all be safe.
Okay. As long as my children are with me. I need my children with me. I am the mum.
Yes, and you're a very good mother. We just need to just sort of alter Mr. Bugaboo's behaviour a little bit to suit our cultural needs and legal needs here, of which you all agreed to when coming here. So that has to happen. You don't want to go back. So this is what you're going to have to learn. Okay. So let's talk about what sort of support now. So we've talked sort of about the child safety aspect. I'll give you some information to take home, and you can recheck with me every time we meet, ask more questions.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm here for you. So, but today I also wanted to talk about you and your children and your goals as a family. Okay. So first one, what sort of goals do you think short term?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I just want my family together. Why do people have to get involved? It is our family business. It's our family.
I think I agree. You do want them together, and that's a great first goal. Okay, it's a short-term goal, and it's urgent at the moment because we've got child safety involved. So let's just do two for today, and one can be that Mr. Mugaboo attends his men's behavioural change program, and that'll be a large program for him, and it'll be also about him developing new conflict skills, understanding our laws, understanding how, you know, that your system worked and how it changes here, teaching him new ways to discipline his children and new boundaries that suit our environment, which are in conflict. So he's still in conflict mode, okay?
Yes.
And it'll help him in his environment as well, because he needn't be jealous about, you know, you talking to a man. We're, you know, in Australia, we're all equal, and we can, you know, so he'll understand a little bit more about that, and hopefully feel better. So that'd be short-term goal. We'll do also one for yourself. I'm thinking for you, you could have,
You know, this is good. This will help. I feel so alone. We are alone. We don't know anyone else from our country.
yes,
And you know, in the street, there's other kids, they have bikes and scooters and toys, beautiful clothes, and we don't have this, and we feel alone. I feel alone.
I'm listening. I can hear what you're saying. You know, you've come from a society where you've got extended family and a really big community that's connected. You all help with the children. You all, you know, you would have had lots of women friends, and Mr. Mugabe lots of male friends, and you know, and you share the kids, and so that's a very big change. So I can understand you feeling lonely, and I can also understand that at the moment you're relying upon our government, you know, funds, and Mr. Mugabe's not working as yet. And I understand that's a problem. So I think they're two good long-term goals that we can work on.
We came to Australia for a good life.
You will get a good life.
We want a good life.
And I'm pretty confident that with that attitude, with just a few little changes and some learning, you'll be on your way. And I think we'll look back in 6 months and we'll be just all smiling. I'll be very proud of you. You'll be very happy. Your kids will be starting to get happy. They'll be starting to, you know, have friends, getting their scooters and all those things you want for your kids. There'll be opportunities, just a little bit of learning in that settling process. So what we've got here today is SMART goals, and it's a system we use here. Okay, so, and it's about, so S stands for specific, so we define the goal. So in your case here, I'm going to, I think, for a short-term goal, so we've got our 2 long-term, which we'll do through this as well. But in fact, let's do a long-term goal, okay? Because employment for Mr. Mugabe was one of them. And connection to your community. Now, I'm going to make that a long-term goal, but it doesn't mean it has to take ages. It just means it's about your more futuristic, and it's something you can follow up on. Whereas short-term goals, where we're dealing with safety. Okay, so I think maybe some counselling for yourself to understand where you came from, your conflict, and where we're living now, and how to, you know, assimilate into our community would be really good for you. But for the purpose of this SMART goal, I'm going to walk with you through connecting with your African community. We have a beautiful group here in Cairns, okay? And you can look at them online. You can connect via phone or email. And so I encourage you to have a look. If you don't have the internet, there's a local library. So you can go to the library, okay? While the kids are at school, take the little one down there. There's a little book section there. You'll be able to read, look through the books, the picture books, you know. And just have a look, okay? And because they've got festivals, they've got educational things, and they're all African from different parts of Africa, you know, and you'll be able to, you know, share all your experiences. They will help you because they've settled here. You're new. And they'll want to help you. So they'll be a great support. Even food.
This is what I want. This is what we need.
I think for your kids.
Our family.
Your kids need, you know, you've had a lot of strain in your household, you've had a marriage strain, it's causing frustration. You know, your kids will feel really good about being in this little community of people because it's rather large and strong here in Cairns. We have lots of festivals and things. So I'm thinking with this one, specific means that you'll be an active member of your African community group. Will you commit to that?
Oui.
You and the family.
Yes.
Excellent. That's going to help you with a lot of things, okay? Mentally, socially, employment even, okay? So they'll help talk to your husband about employment. Talk to you. You might want a job one day, okay? When everything settles, mum too can have a job here. So we want to make it measurable. M is for measurable. And so therefore, I want you, you know, how many events are you going to turn up? We're going to talk about, you know, that you'll go to one event a month or because I'll have probably weekly get-togethers. So we'll talk about that. Achievable. Now we know it's achievable because I'm giving you the details here. I'm going to give you this whole list of details, but we go to the back page. Here it is here. That one there. Okay, so that allows you, that's all their details, everyone's details on here and the different, you know, trauma informed or Mr. support for Mr. Mugaboo, safety, etc. So I'm going to give you this sheet to take. So it'll give you all the details for the African group. Relevant, of course it is relevant, okay, because you creating your own culture outside of Africa. These will bridge that cultural gap for you, okay, within Australia, in your community, okay. So very, very, very relevant for you and your kids. Stop the isolation that you're feeling. You're part of your community. We want you to be part of every community, but that'll help you at the beginning, especially. Time bound, okay, so I've put 3 months because it's a long-term goal here, but it's up to you when you engage, and I would suggest sooner than later, okay? If you have any problems, you can come back to me and I'll help you make the engagement. But you're okay to make that engagement, I think, yourself?
I can follow.
Yes. Good.
It was on the back page, you said. I can do this.
Yes. Okay. So I was thinking that that's all really good. See, positive changes already. So I think that one, long term, but you can probably do that fairly quickly. And then when you come back next week or the next time, you can update me and we'll take the progress and you can feel like making movement here in Australia. So I think it'll be very important. I'm excited for you. Okay, so that's probably enough for today. Yeah?
Yes.
Any questions at all?
Oh, I am excited about meeting other Sudanese, other Africans.
Speaking
it
language.
makes me so happy.
I'm excited for you. Yes.
And my children, they will get to play with other children and they could speak English, but they could also speak.
I'm sure they will be speaking their own
Sudanese,
language.
the French.
And eat the food and, you know, food gatherings and it'll be wonderful. They can all play together, you know, down the park. They normally have it in a park, you know, bring food and have, you know, different games and different activities and things like that. Just talking socially, you know.
It sounds good.
Yes. So, okay. So I'm going to perhaps suggest we meet next week at the same time, just to start to get our relationship going and just to make sure you're okay, because you're still in those early days with child safety as well, and you'll need someone to talk to, I think, right, about that as well. You may not want to even share it with your community group, even if you do contact, but I'm always here. I'm non-judgmental. I'm here for you to try and solve your problems. So, and enjoy your good times. Okay. So, whatever it is, you know, I'm here and you can come and talk to me at any stage, but I would like to see you if that suits you next week.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'll have prepared some things and I'm going to put through 2 referrals. I'll need you to sign a piece of paper at the end of it to say that you authorise that I pass on that referral
Yes.
and share any necessary information if that's okay.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is okay.
So we're gonna do one for some counselling for you. Just because you've come from, you know, such conflict over there and you're in a totally different environment here, just to help you resolve some of those issues. And also, what's the other one I was going to do then? Also with child safety as well, if you'd like me to help you connect with them and explain to you, and if they want to, you know, coordinate with me, that you get permission for that to happen, if that's something you would like.
Yes.
Yes, I think so. I think I'd like to do that. I think it'll be helpful for you in that process, just to help navigate it. Yeah, wonderful. Thank you. Thanks for being so honest and friendly, and you know, I really feel positive about your future. I really do.
Thank you. This has been helpful. I was nervous. I didn't know why I was here today, but I understand now.
Yeah, we just need to get you some more support. You're on your way, okay?
Yeah.
It's only initial. A lot of people have those problems. You're not the only one, okay? And a lot of people that don't come from another country have these same problems. So they're very, very fixable, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, well, you're booked in for next week, same time. Okay, take care. I'm here all the time. And thank you very much, Kim. Okay.
Thank you.
I'll see you later. Okay. Take care. Cheers.